Hello and welcome to Hooray. Today we are going to learn about writing task 2 in the IELTS test. Writing task 2 is the essay writing. It's a second task and you have 40 minutes time to do this essay. There are different types of essays. The most common one is agree or disagree essay. Let's look at this in detail. Here are the criteria or band descriptors for writing task 2, which is essay writing. The first one is task achievement, then coherence and cohesion, grammatical range and accuracy, and the fourth one is lexical resource. Let's look at the description. Agree or disagree question is asked in the question task. You need to pick a side, which means you have to take an opinion or take a stand on the subject. You have to address your opinion by giving examples and explanation for your opinion or for your viewpoint. Here's a sample question for the agree or disagree type of essay. The essay prompt may go like this. Some people believe that capital punishment is good for the country. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Let's look at some tips to write this kind of essay. First, you need to brainstorm. Brainstorm means you need to put down your thoughts in a random way, whatever you think about the topic. Pick a side. First, form an opinion or take a stand on the subject. Then you write down all your points that come to your mind about that particular topic. Make notes, write keywords, write phrases, and then use some reasons to justify your opinion. Then you need to structure your ideas because when you brainstorm, your ideas will come at random. Now you need to organize your thoughts. You have to see or think about what examples you need to use. Examples are mandatory because you have to explain your opinion. So to illustrate your opinion, you do need to illustrate them with examples. You need to think about which points you will start off with and which ideas or points you will end with. Then you need to write in paragraphs. You should have a structure. You should have 4 to 5 paragraphs, and we'll go through this in detail in the following slides. You need to use your individual ideas and you have to write with coherence. Coherence means you have to write to the point. You should not go off topic. You have to be concise. You should not give too many examples. Neither should you repeat or rephrase any of your ideas or arguments. Let's look at the essay structure in detail. You should have an introduction, body paragraphs or also called supporting paragraphs, and then you have the conclusion. In the introduction, that is paragraph 1, you can have 3 or 4 sentences. In the first 2 sentences, you should give a background statement. Background statement means you need to write something general about the topic in your own words. And then thesis statement means you have to write what your opinion is. And the transitional sentence is a sentence which you use to give a smooth flow between the initial introduction paragraph and the body paragraphs. Now let's look at this example for the topic that we saw earlier. We can write the introduction in this way. Quite a few people are of the belief that capital punishment can really improve the country. Now this is a common general statement about the topic. Then it says, I completely agree with this opinion as the death penalty can positively impact a country through lowering both crime and tax rates. And then you give your opinion further and say, I completely agree with this ideology. Next, you give a transitional statement or a sentence by saying, I shall elaborate this in the following paragraphs. With this, you have a nice, crisp introduction for your essay. Next, look at how we go through the body paragraphs, also called supporting paragraphs. You can have two supporting paragraphs. So in the first supporting paragraph or first supporting opinion or argument, you can have a topic sentence, explanation for your sentence, and illustrate it with an example. So let's read this second paragraph. Establishing the death penalty could effectively decrease crime rates in society. That's the topic sentence. Then you go further explaining it and saying, death penalty serves as a brutal reminder that criminal actions have severe consequences. Thus, it serves as an effective deterrent to serious crime. Now we give an example to explain this further. The recent conviction and execution of the rape accused in the Nirbhaya case that shook India on the night of 16th December 2012 serves as an example of proper justice. The hope is that people would think twice before committing a crime like this again. Let's look at paragraph 3. This would be the second supporting paragraph because the first paragraph is introduction, that's paragraph 1, and paragraph 2 is the first supporting paragraph. So the second supporting paragraph is actually paragraph 3. Now we go further and say in the topic sentence, in addition to this. Now when you say in addition to this, you're writing a phrase here which is also called a transitional phrase. So whenever you use transitional phrases, you need to put a comma after the phrase. Therefore, you need to put comma after the word this. In addition to this, the death penalty could lower taxes for citizens. Now we're going to explain this sentence further. With this policy, the government would be able to spend less money on keeping the criminal in prison. The death sentence, however inhuman it may seem, would reduce the cost of imprisonment substantially. An example for this would be, as per the prison statistics of the National Crime Records Bureau (NCRB), the expenditure per inmate has increased by over 50% in the 5 years between 2010-11 and 2014-15. Let's look at the last paragraph, that is paragraph 4, which is the conclusion paragraph. Here we need to summarize what we have already said in paragraph 2 and 3. So we could summarize it in this way. To put it bluntly. Now to put it bluntly is again a transitional phrase. So we put a comma after that. We could also give different transitional phrases like to conclude, comma, or to summarize, comma, or in a nutshell, comma, or to recapitulate, comma. So these are all the different phrases which you could use for the conclusion of the essay. So it begins like this. To put it bluntly, I agree with capital punishment as a benefit to countries whose citizens are burdened with heavy taxes. Suggestion or prediction, give a sentence at the end. A society free from criminals is a better society, therefore, this form of punishment should be implemented. This way we can conclude the essay. This is just one of the samples. You can write it with your own words, in different sentence structures. So this is one of the good ways of writing the essay for that particular topic that we saw in the example for this essay. Let's look at the common problems that a person or a student faces while writing an essay. One may be that the students do not understand the topic properly or correctly. Next is the inability to identify and elaborate on the words or points. Third is that students tend to ramble, which means a student goes off topic and goes digressing on different topics or subtopics which do not actually relate to the main topic and which are not directly connected. The fourth point is using casual language. You should not use very casual or informal language. You should use only formal language in the essay writing because this is a formal exam. The next point is incorrect grammar. Incorrect grammar could also cause a problem in writing a good essay. Spelling errors is another disadvantage when writing an essay. Finally, the usage of abbreviation is not acceptable in a good essay writing work. So now we're going to see in the next slide some tips how you could overcome these problems. This is the way you can prepare for your writing task. Build vocabulary, read good material, including books, magazines, etc. Hone your grammar skills. Use verbs and tenses, adjectives, prepositions, pronouns, conjunctions, and so on appropriately. Master the skill of sentence formation. Identify functional words and phrases. These will help to introduce or conclude an idea, to highlight differences and similarities, and show continuity or a change in topic. Practice, practice, and keep practicing. We recommend practicing with at least 3 to 4 mock tests or as many as you can. Practice under examination conditions, including word limits and time limits. With this, we come to the end of the tips and strategies for how to write an essay of agree-disagree model. Thank you very much and wish you all the best in writing good essays.